Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to see how to solve the pattern problems. So consider that this is the basic pattern. Now here we are going to write a program for to solve this pattern. In a first row, first of all, to solve this pattern problems we have certain steps to follow. They are nothing but first divide them into number of rows and columns. After that name rows as I and columns as J. Then find out the relation between these rows and columns. So here divide them into rows and columns and name them rows as I in the first row, second row, third, fourth and fifth row, and columns as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now find out the relation between these rows and then the stars. I for rows and J for nothing but a stars. In first row you have one star, in second row two, third row three, and fifth row five stars. Now here we are going to write the program for this pattern by using these loop conditions. First of all, here we are going to use two major loops. One is called as outer loop and other one is nothing but a inner loop. Okay, outer loop is used for number of iterations and inner loop is used to print the star patterns. Here we are going to write a program in C language. For that, this is the basic syntax for the for loop. For I is equals to 1, it means that the number of rows are starting from a labeled 1 and condition I less than or equals to 5 is nothing but this is the last condition that loop. This is the starting condition of loop iteration and this is the ending condition where this is called as a updation. This is the outer loop. How many times does the outer loop runs? This is the inner loop used to print the stars. Stars is nothing but starting from j is equals to 1 and j is less than or equals to I. This is the major condition. Where does the loop starts? It means that j is the number of stars is entirely depends upon this row number, right? So that is the reason why here we have used j is less than or equals to I and updating this number of stars j plus plus. Here we have used another print n. It is used to get the new line. Okay, after running one iterations the stars must be printed in new line, right? So that is the reason why here we have used print new line. Now let us run the program for this code. The basic syntax, how does C program looks: slash include stdio dot of which int of main function. Here you have to specify what type of variable are you using. You have to specify the data type of this variable. N is nothing but number of rows you want. I is nothing but I is equals to rows and then j is equals to columns. Take input from this user asking enter number of rows. Okay, please aware of that C program. Here in C program we just use this scanf statement to get input from this user and you have to specify this format specifier. Okay, here we are going to run this loops to print the statement. It asks that enter number of rows. Let me enter number of rows as 5 and let's see what does we get as output. See, this is the output. How does the program looks? In the first row 1 star, second row 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, here we have another pattern to solve this. So first of all, consider this pattern and follow the basic steps. Divide them into number of rows and then the columns and find out the relation between these rows and columns and name them. I is the rows and j is nothing but total number of stars. Okay, here I have named that rows starting from label 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It means that totally 5 rows. You have to take input from this user asking n is equals to enter number of rows. Now in 0th row you have 5 stars. In first row you have 4 stars. In second row you have 3 and third row 2 and fourth row 1 star. Now you have to find out the relation between these rows and stars. Okay, when you find out this relation then the entire program is completed. Consider that if user entered 5 rows, for suppose if n is equals to 5, n is nothing but total number of rows. So if n is equals to 5, then here how does the stars depends upon this row number n minus I. It means that 5 minus 0 is 5, right? 5 minus 1 is 4 and then 5 minus 2 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2. So The number of stars is entirely depends upon this n minus I. So this is the condition, this is the relation between these stars and then number of rows. Okay, here this is the outer loop, this is the inner loop. Outer loop, how many times does this entire loop runs? Starting from 0 to ending value is number of rows. So here the number of stars is entirely depends upon this j is less than or equals to n minus I. This is the condition where here we are going to print the star conditions, and print is used to get the output in a new line. First consider these test cases. Okay, for suppose test case 1 is nothing but if user entered number of rows as 5, then I value starts from n is equals to 0. Okay, if I is equals to 0, then j is equals to 1. J is less than or equals to n minus, right? N minus I means that n is 5, 5 minus 0 is 5, 1 is less than or equals to 5, condition true. Then increment this j value. 2 is less than or equals to 5, increment j value up to 5 is less than or equals to 5. In this way, all these condition in this first loop are true, then you will get 5 stars. At the same time, I is equals to 1, 1 less than 5, condition is true, and here j is equals to 1, j less than or equals to n minus I, right? It means that n minus I, n is 5 minus 1 is 4, j is 1 less than or equals to 4, condition true. Then j increment 2 less than or equals to 4, condition true. As usual way, the condition is true, then j is get incremented, and here you are going to get a 4 stars. In this similar way, we are going to print the entire statement by using this loop conditions. Okay, now let me write a program for the reversed structure. Let me modify this a little bit. That is, there is nothing more difference in both of them, just by changing this loop condition where I is equals to 0 and I less than or equals to n, right? I is less than n, I plus plus. Then for j is equals to 1, j less than or equals to n minus I, and then j plus plus. Just we have modified a little bit about this program, and let's run this program and let's see what does we get as a output. Okay, task that enter number of rows, let me enter as 5. This is the pattern, it gives in a reversed order. Okay, if you have any doubts, please go to the comment section. Please follow the steps during solving these pattern problems. When you follow the steps, it is very simple to find out the logic between this number of stars and the number of rows. Thank you.